Hello, and welcome to this lesson in quantitative reasoning. This is part 3 of 4 on a series on the fundamentals of sets, or set fundamentals. This lesson is fairly simple. So far, we've looked at roster notation, we've looked at set builder notation. We also looked at the letters used to identify the type of number or sets of certain number types that are common in math, such as the natural numbers. Our n, z is the integers, q is rational numbers, and r standing for the real numbers. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about what it means for a number to be a cardinal number, and how do you find the cardinal number of a set. And you're thinking, well, why? I've never seen the word cardinal in front of number. They're actually, numbers are used, it has to do with the purpose of the number. A cardinal number is used to count. When you want the cardinal number of something, you want to count them. That's helpful because the letter C. The other type of number is ordinal. So think in life of the ways we use numbers. We certainly use numbers to count. We use numbers to count money. We use numbers to count how many donuts are left. We use numbers to count all kinds of things, how many students are in a class. Ordinal numbers are used to talk about position. If you are waiting in line for a store to open or to get in, as recent events have made us do, you are first in line or second in line, or I'm number 5 in line. That is a use of a number as an ordinal number. In this lesson, we're talking about how many people are in the line. Oh, there are 20 people in the line. I'm 5th, which means you're the 5th from the door, but there's 15 more people behind you. So in that case, if there's 20 people in line, the number 20 is the cardinal number, or the count of how many people. And the number 5 is being used as an ordinal number. We're not going to use ordinal numbers here, but I just wanted you to understand where this word cardinal came from, because it talks about the way a number is used. It's used to count. So we want to know, how many elements does this set have? The way this is asked in mathematics is, what is the cardinal number or the cardinality of the set? I will probably try to stick with using the word cardinal number. And different texts actually abbreviate this different ways. If I wanted to know the cardinal number of set A, one of the books I've used just says, tell me what this is. It has an N parentheses A. This means the cardinal number of set A. And another book I use uses the absolute value symbols, which is interesting because absolute value is kind of just a measure of how big or how many. So those are two ways that a book might, in shorthand, ask you for cardinal number of set A. I believe your text always says cardinal number, and I will try to stick with that. So it's just how many things are in the set, how many elements. So when there's the cardinality also applies to infinite sets, but the cardinality be infinity there. But we're only going to talk about finite sets. We're only concerned with the cardinality of sets where we actually can count and get a number for how many things are in the set. If I asked you for the cardinality of the set of letters in the alphabet, uppercase letters in the alphabet, you would say 26, because there are 26 uppercase symbols. If I asked you for the cardinality of the number of positions on the field in a baseball team, you would say 9 in a professional baseball team. The cardinality for the set of positions on the field is 9. It's because there are 9 positions. It's just a matter of counting. Don't make this harder than it is. The place students fall short is they don't know what I mean when I say, tell me the cardinal number of set A. You just need to know that I'm asking you to count how many elements are in the set. Seems a little silly because it seems easy. It is easy. Keep it easy. So what is the cardinality of the set containing the elements 5, 10, 15, 20? You literally count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer to this is 4 because there are 4 elements in the set. Now, what is the Now, they can get a little trickier if the whole set isn't written out. What's the cardinal number of the set of positive integers less than 30? Now, in math, in math symbols would be less than 30. That's another good thing to remind you of here. This symbol here, the sideways V, always opens to the larger side. So the numbers we want are over here. So they're going to be less than 30, which means 30 is not in the set. And this is positive integers. It's notable that this starts with the number 1. 0 is not a positive integer. 0 is not a negative integer. 0 is unsigned. We don't start with 0 when we say positive integers. We tend to think the number 0 is positive because we don't write a symbol in front of it like we do with negative numbers. But 0 is actually the boundary between negative and positive, and it therefore has no sign. So when we say positive integers, now if we said non-negative integers, you would include the 0. But here we say positive integers, we start with 1. So it would go from 1 through 29, and notice we've used the ellipsis to keep it simple as far as the writing. And that's pretty easy to count because there's 29 elements. You just 1, 2, 3, 4. It starts with the number 1. You do have to be careful because if I have a set that goes 3, 4, 5, let me use that, and I say, what's the cardinality of this set? You would all say 3 because you're going to count them. But what happens when you do 5 minus 3? You only get 2. So if I had a set that started at 3, 4, 5, and went, let's say, to 27, and I said, what's the cardinality of this set? Now, you could write it all out and count it because it's small enough, but what if it weren't small? What if it were 127? If you do 127 minus 3, you're going to get 124, but that's actually going to be 1 short because it doesn't count the 3. It says the last number in, so you want to do the last number in the set minus the last number, first number not in the set. So you do 127 minus 2, you get 125. Or you do 127 minus 3, you get 124, and you have to add 1 to get 125. Just keep that in mind. And if you can't remember that little trick when you have a large set, and all you can remember is, oh, teacher said I can't just subtract them, write out a small set, 3, 4, 5. You know there should be 3 elements in the set because you can count them, but realize if you do 5 minus 3, you would only get 2 as your answer, so you have to add 1 to that answer. So that's the only thing that can be kind of tricky in finding the cardinal number of a set. That's all for part 3 of this series of 4 videos on set fundamentals, and I hope to see you in the next video and in class. Thank you.